All right, get ready, because we're diving deep into the world of exhibition stands, specifically how to find a reliable contractor in Portugal. Looks like you might be heading to an event in Lisbon, and you want to make sure your exhibition stand is top-notch. Well, you've come to the right place. I've got a ton of resources on the topic, and we're going to break it all down together. That way you'll feel confident and prepared to find the perfect partner.
It's a smart move to be thinking about this carefully. Lisbon's event scene is buzzing. They have everything from those small, focused congresses to the big, exciting trade shows at places like the Estoril Congress Center.
Exactly. And your exhibition stand. It's your brand's ambassador at these events. It's your chance to make a lasting impression. Drive leads, boost sales, the whole 9 yards. But with so many contractors out there, it can feel a little overwhelming to choose the right one. That's why I brought in an expert. They're a master at navigating this world.
Happy to be here. And you're right, it's crucial to get this right.
So let's dive into the nitty-gritty. What are the core criteria for choosing a reliable exhibition stand contractor?
From what I've seen, it really boils down to a few key things: experience, portfolio, brand understanding, customer service, and their design and build capabilities.
Let's unpack those one by one, starting with experience. What does that actually mean in the context of Lisbon's event scene?
Well, it's more than just having years in the business. It's about proven success specifically in Lisbon. Like, have they worked with the local venues before? Do they know all the ins and outs of getting permits? Can they handle the logistics of setting up a stand in a busy city like Lisbon?
Makes sense. You wouldn't want to be dealing with those headaches last minute.
Yeah.
All right, next up is portfolio. What should we be looking for there?
Think of it like this. Their portfolio is their resume. You want to see a variety of projects that show they're versatile and that they can adapt to different brands and industries.
So if you're a tech company, you want to see examples of stands they've built for other tech companies.
Exactly. You want to see how they've incorporated interactive elements, product displays, and that overall tech-forward vibe.
It's like finding a contractor who speaks your language, both visually and strategically. Now, how important is it for the contractor to really get your brand?
It's absolutely crucial. I can't stress that enough.
Okay, good to know.
Your exhibition stand is an extension of your brand. It's not just about slapping your logo on a generic booth.
Right.
You want a contractor who takes time to understand your brand's personality, its values, its target audience.
So they should be asking questions, digging deeper.
Exactly. They should be coming to the table with ideas that reflect who you are.
It's like finding a design soulmate, someone who sees your vision and brings it to life.
I like that, a design soulmate.
And speaking of bringing things to life, our source material mentioned a company called Expo Stand. They seem to have a knack for creating really impressive stands.
I've heard of them.
They even worked with a leading tech company at a massive trade show, at the Estoril Congress Center, no less.
Now that's a big deal.
I'm intrigued. What were the client's needs? And how did Expo Stand deliver?
Well, this tech company wanted to showcase their latest gadgets, but they also wanted to create a comfortable space for demos and conversations.
Makes sense. You want people to linger.
Right. And Expo Stand came up with this sleek, modern design. It had interactive displays, innovative lighting, and a really inviting seating area.
So it was visually stunning, but also strategically designed to meet the client's goals.
Exactly.
Did it work? Did they see results?
Oh, absolutely. The stand was a magnet for attendees.
That's who you want.
They saw a huge spike in visitor traffic, tons of positive feedback, and a significant increase in leads generated.
Wow, that's amazing. And they attributed this success to their exhibition stand.
They did. They said it was all thanks to the quality and impact of the stand.
That's the dream, right? To have your stand be the buzz of the event. Okay, so we've covered experience, portfolio, brand understanding, and we've even seen a glimpse of what success can look like. What's next on our checklist for finding the perfect contractor?
Don't forget about customer service. You want a contractor who's responsive, communicative, and truly invested in your success.
Yeah, it's like any relationship, communication is key. What are some red flags to watch out for in terms of communication styles?
If they're slow to respond to your initial inquiries, that could be a sign of things to come.
Oh, that's a good point.
Pay attention to how they handle your questions and concerns. Do they listen attentively? Are they transparent about their processes and timelines?
Yeah, you want someone who keeps you in the loop.
Exactly. You want a partner who's proactive.
So you feel like you're both on the same page. Okay, let's talk about the actual design and build capabilities. How can we assess if they can deliver a stand that's both stunning and functional?
This is where those portfolios really come in handy.
Right, we were talking about that earlier.
Look for signs of innovation and creativity in their designs. Do they push boundaries? Do they experiment with different materials and technologies?
Interesting.
For example, are they using sustainable materials like bamboo or recycled plastics?
That's a good point. Sustainability is becoming more and more important these days.
It really is, and it's something you can discuss with potential contractors.
Like ask about their commitment to sustainability.
Exactly. See if they have experience with eco-friendly materials and if they have ways to minimize waste during the building process.
It's not just about looking good. It's about doing good, too. Now, we can't talk about exhibition stands without talking about budget.
Right. Budget is always a factor.
It's the elephant in the room.
But there are ways to manage it effectively.
Like what?
Our sources say it's important to set a clear budget up front and stick to it.
That sounds like good advice.
It's easy to get carried away with all the bells and whistles, but knowing your limits from the start can prevent those budget blowouts.
Yeah, no one wants to go over budget.
And when you're comparing quotes from different contractors, make sure you understand what's included.
Oh, that's important.
Some might only cover the basic structure, while others include things like lighting, flooring, and furniture.
So you have to make sure you're comparing apples to apples.
Right. Transparency is key.
You don't want any surprises later on.
And another thing. While it might be tempting to go with the cheapest option, remember that quality often comes at a price.
It's true. You get what you pay for.
A well-built stand that can be reused for multiple events is a much better investment than a flimsy one that falls apart after a few uses.
That's a good point.
Oh.
Okay, so we've talked about choosing a contractor, but what about the actual collaboration process? How can we make sure it's a smooth and successful partnership?
Communication is still key. From the initial brainstorming to the final setup at the venue, clear and consistent communication is crucial.
Yeah, you don't want any miscommunication.
Set clear expectations, timelines, and communication channels from the get-go.
So everyone's on the same page.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask questions and raise concerns. A good contractor will welcome your input and keep you informed every step of the way.
It's a partnership, not a dictatorship.
I like that. And here's another tip. If you can, schedule a site visit with the contractor to the actual venue.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That way they can get a feel for the space, see any logistical challenges, and fine-tune the design accordingly.
It's like a dress rehearsal for your stand.
Exactly.
And speaking of logistics, what about coordinating with the event organizers?
That's essential. Your contractor should be in direct contact with them.
To make sure everything runs smoothly.
Right. They need to confirm things like power requirements, any specific regulations for the venue, and even coordinate delivery and installation schedule.
It's all about those behind-the-scenes details. That can make or break your event. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. From choosing the right contractor to managing logistics, we've really unpacked the essentials of creating a fantastic exhibition stand in Portugal.
We've covered a lot, haven't we?
It feels like we've created the ultimate checklist for exhibitors. Before we wrap up, though, I want to circle back to Adam Expo stand. Their name keeps coming up.
They do seem to be doing a lot of things right.
It sounds like they check all the boxes. Experience, portfolio, brand understanding, commitment to innovation.
And their work with that tech company at the Estoril Congress Center, that was really impressive.
Yeah, it shows they can handle big projects and get results. It seems like they've really made a name for themselves in Portugal.
Yeah, I'd say so. Their focus on cutting-edge technology and sustainable practices, that really sets them apart.
It's like they found the perfect balance. Creativity, technical expertise, and that local knowledge that's so valuable in Lisbon.
For sure.
Okay, let's do a quick recap of everything we've learned. First off, when you're looking for an exhibition stand partner in Portugal, experience in the local market is non-negotiable. You need a contractor who understands the venues, the rules, the logistics.
Couldn't agree more.
And don't forget those portfolios. You want to see proof that they can design amazing spaces and that they can take your brand's vision and make it a reality.
It all comes down to understanding your brand. The right contractor will become an extension of your team, capturing your essence and creating a stand that reflects your values.
And remember, clear communication and a collaborative spirit. Those are the foundations of a successful partnership.
Absolutely.
Set clear expectations, ask questions, and stay involved throughout the entire process.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
When it comes to the actual design and build, don't be afraid to think outside the box.
That's right.
Explore new materials, embrace technology, Think about incorporating sustainable practices.
It all makes a difference.
And remember, budget is always a consideration. But a well-designed exhibition stand is an investment, not just an expense. Choose quality over cutting corners. And think about the long-term value of a stand that can be reused for future events.
Smart thinking.
If you're feeling a little overwhelmed by all of this, remember that there are companies like Expo stand out there. They're ready to help you through the process and make your vision come true.
They've definitely set a high standard.
But you've got this. Armed with all these insights, you're ready to find the perfect contractor and create a show-stopping exhibition stand that will have everyone in Lisbon talking.
Go out there and make some noise.
That's a wrap on our deep dive into the world of exhibition stands in Portugal. We hope you're feeling informed, inspired, and ready to conquer that Lisbon event. Until next time, happy exhibiting.